I'm not sure when you're watching this, but the actual go live date for this video is set for the first week into January. So my question is, are you still going strong with your resolutions? If so, woohoo, awesome. I'm so proud of you. This is the year that you're going to be part of the elite 8%. So, about that 8%, according to a research that was done by the University of Scranton a few years ago, they found that 40% of Americans make New Year's resolutions, still only 8% keep them for longer than a few weeks. That meant that 92 people, percent of the people who set resolutions gave up on themselves. They gave up on the dreams they had for their future self. So, first, are you even part of the 40% club of the other Americans that set resolutions? If so, good for you. Second, do you fall into the 8% or are you part of the 92% that stop? If so, why do you give up on your resolutions? Your goal was to be a better you, am I right? Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not throwing any stones because I've fallen into the 92% camp myself for not following through on every single resolution that I've set for myself. I can almost hear you thinking, really, Michelle? Why are you even talking about this then? Well, my failed resolutions were before I began my personal growth journey. Now, I believe that resolutions are not just for the new year, they are meant to be set any time of the year that you want to commit to improving your life. So, in my January newsletter to my subscribers, I was pretty bold. I stated there is no use in setting resolutions if you do not have a plan to get through the messy middle. Most people don't realize that you must create a plan to get through the messy middle when setting resolutions. And that messy middle is when our minds begin to sabotage us. Now, this is important. We are capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for. But our minds, our thoughts, not so much. See, our minds, they crave that safety and comfort. The problem is the messy middle is when we are full of excuses as to why it's okay to stop, to give in, and to give up on ourselves. And I hope now you're thinking, Michelle, what the heck do I do to get myself through the messy middle? Well, I'm so glad you asked because in the beginning, I want you to give yourself so much grace when you slip up. That doesn't mean failure, that only means feedback. Please do not let your thoughts of comfort and doubt win. You can do this. They want you to stay right where you're at. In the end, that's not fair to you. As I mentioned above, look at that from the perspective of feedback instead of failure. Okay, now that you've given yourself some grace, now on those little slip ups, I want you to write them down. Yes, physically write them down in a notebook. Reframe what happened to what you want to happen the next time. So, for example, if you want to start exercising more and you've set the reminder on your calendar to work out every single day after work. Oh no, I like to work out in the evenings. Not everybody does, but for me, that's when I put it on my calendar. Instead of working out, you find yourself on the sofa scrolling through TikTok because that stuff is addicting. Am I wrong? So write down in your notebook the feedback, aka the little slip up. Today, when I came home from work, I sat on the sofa and I scrolled through TikTok instead of exercising. Next, write down the reframe. What will you do next time instead? When I come home from work, I will change my clothes and I will exercise. Far too often, at those little bumps in the road, we take the easy path, the flat, easy way, instead of taking the uphill, difficult path to improvement. In the end, we know if we take the uphill, challenging path, it will come with satisfaction. Whereas that flat, easy way, that comes with regret and disappointment. It is our thinking in our minds that keep us in that revolving cycle of disappointment. I want you to step in to your future self right now. Just do this little exercise with me, please. So it's 1 year from today, and you've stuck to your resolution. You're part of the elite 8%. What does your life look like for you? Now, I want you to work backwards and figure out the plan to get you to where you want to be 1 year from now. Do this one step at a time. Don't overthink of it. Don't overthink it. Just write it down. What was the step right before achieving your goal that you did? Okay, what was the step before that? See, simply just step backwards and work out the plan. And hey, you can pivot that plan if you think anytime throughout the year that you think you need to, or you have a better idea on how to actually achieve your goal. So, what if instead of choosing to stop, you use the feedback and keep going? How do you feel about yourself for following through? It's 1 year, 1 year from now, and you didn't stick with your resolution. I'm guessing, and I'm only guessing, you'll try and set that exact old resolution for yourself with the hopes that it will be different this year. And will it be? How will it be different this time? Why not make this year a different year? Do it for you. Find your why. Why are you doing it? Write it down. Make sure you visit it anytime you feel that little bit of slip up coming. And if you need a life coach in your corner to work through that messy middle, to bridge the gap with you, I got you. I'd have the link to apply to work with me, and it is below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I will be back next week with another video, and you have an amazing day.